And welcome back to the Furi commentary. Back.
Because the last time we did this, it screwed up.
Don't remind me.
Fury Part 2.5.
Precisely. Oh
More
man.
or less take two. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go ahead and reiterate what happened during last commentary. We had started the commentary. We had kind of through the entirety of the part to the very end of this session.
And then I realized I wasn't recording.
And then he realized he didn't have the record button on.
I realized
So,
I didn't
you
hit the
know,
start recording button.
You know, to give people a cliff notes of what happened throughout the entire part of Snake It Up, it's literally just us complaining about the fact that this is just the same,
About the
the
nitpicks.
same thing reused constantly, and the fact that I hate how poorly designed this entire place is, which it is. Just watch how the character's walking right then and there. He shifted weirdly.
Right.
Like, it's extremely jaded, and there's going to be at one point where the game tries to be super cinematic and give us a weird side view, and you just see the model just jumping constantly. Like, I'm going to point this out completely when we get to it, but...
Okay, yeah, but okay, back on the topic of what this boss arena is. Like, what we actually did talk about in this area last time was, camera angles. Camera angles.
It's right here. Watch the model.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Look at how jaded this... Look at how jerky the model is right here.
Speaking of jaded,
Also,
we're the jaded desktop.
I also noticed he's not standing on that.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, yes, we're the jaded desktop, but you know, they already saw the first part. They already know that.
Yes, because you said jaded.
Alright.
Pun.
And like I mentioned,
Oh wait.
the camera angles are really bad here, and also fucks with your control if you're not auto-walking.
Yeah, so just like until the fifth boss, like at the end of the fifth boss, just hold the auto walk button to your heart like it's your only child.
Why didn't he do something about
Like,
it?
let's just get a coffee for it. Again, more jaded shenanigans that are going on. I don't care what you say. Know what you're gonna say.
By the
And
way,
yes,
I would have said stuff like, hey, like this little piece of dialogue there, like why didn't he warn me? Why would he warn you if you were like a prisoner?
a little hard to get what he's saying out of the fact that this part's just so poorly. I'm start complaining about it now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's
Like,
just
this
let's not
entire-
sound like brats.
This entire thing, it's
That sounds like a you problem, honestly.
this is a me problem because I'm studying this shit.
Yeah, because you haven't studied it before.
Because you haven't had the chance
study
to.
it twice.
No, I mean I'm going to college for this shit.
Going to college to play Fury?
God no.
You're going to Fury to create another Toho game.
I'm sorry, but this is the reason why I would stop playing this game. This entire sequence right here.
I mean, it gets better after this. It gets a lot better.
Yeah, from what I've seen from the part, yeah, it does get a lot better. But this part would just kind of tell me to go away. Hey, you know what else told me to go away? The boss coming up. By the way, now that I've seen it, why?
Yeah, why? I mean, the second and third phase aren't that bad, but the first and fourth one.
Alright, but now that we know it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, this is the line. He's a huge asshole. Not really.
No, he
Yeah.
is because of his attack patterns. Actually,
Yeah.
I should correct myself.
His
His
lack
attacks.
of-
What patterns?
I was gonna say, yeah, the lack thereof.
Yeah, the lack of patterns. Also, look at all those watches he has. He has them on his legs. He has them on his wrists. I think he has one on his shoulder.
I think his knees are bandaged or something.
He also has this like giant bandage on his forehead. He's also wearing headphones. What music is he listening to?
Oh, he is wearing headphones. I didn't notice that.
He
the
must
first
be
time we were
listening to the
watching
Fury
this.
soundtrack.
Speaking of, go buy it in the description below for $19.99. I'm kidding. It isn't gonna be in the description.
Oh, is it?
It's also
not really.
It's also not a good soundtrack. About half of the songs are kind of what you hear in dance clubs.
Yeah,
Must
like
go-
like
you
the
must
first
go
like
really sleeper dance clubs, and I mean it literally.
Dude, where I live, the only place that has any actual like legitimacy is the gay bar.
Where
Hey,
you
no.
live has no style then. But that's only
No,
one
no,
place.
no, it has style. It's just that the places that have style are all upper class.
Apparently, this do a proper transition. This guy clearly has no style because this is unoriginal and boring.
Insert breakout joke here.
Yeah. So the first phase.
You shoot the shields. Do not regularly shoot your pistol like rapid fire, even though I do that later because I get frustrated.
It sounds like I'm a bit jaded here for this part. That's because I've sat through this already and I'm a little annoyed.
It's also because we're the jaded desktop.
For all credits.
Again.
It's like you somehow forget our name or something.
It's like I need to make a joke or something.
God.
I don't have anything to
Don't make a joke, bro.
Yeah, like
all my jokes.
like this, like that's the best we can talk about here. This boss is so boring. I mean, look at it. You're just shooting shields.
Well, I will say what I said before.
You know, what would be a faster way that you could do this is that,
Oh,
could
you mean press the fast forward button? I wish I could do that.
But now that I'm actually looking at this from a more critical angle, you could do a charge shot, slide it between the shields.
No, you can't. Like what I show off, like at the final phase, you literally, like, there's literally an invisible wall if there's still at least one shield up. Also, by the way, that's remote play. He's not really an honored guest.
I will. Actually, hold on. If I want,
I didn't notice that remote play snagged the first time.
Must too focused. So I was gonna ask, would a legitimate strat be is get to as close as possible and just keep repairing one specific bullet?
Well, I mean, I would say
No,
no.
it doesn't look like-
I would
it doesn't
say
look like
no,
it's
but
possible.
like I would say no, but then again, I do something really stupid, but
Yeah,
funny
like
at the
that,
same time.
kinda.
Like do something really funny and stupid on on part 3 at the 5th boss, which is like right at the beginning. You're gonna know what I'm talking about when we get there. Like you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
It doesn't look like you can parry the same bullet twice.
You can.
You can. I don't think you can parry it more than like what 4 times.
I mean, technically you can't, but because it's technically spawning a new bullet. But you can like parry the same, like it, like in non-technical terms, you
Use your
can
words.
you can.
That's my stick, not yours.
I think one of your biggest problems that you're having with this fight is I feel like you'd have an easier time if you rotated with your broken in platforms on
Yeah.
the second row.
Then again,
waiting
I
for it.
also did go after the trophy that said break every single one of these shields.
Well, you clearly didn't do it because I think you gave up after like half of it.
Yeah, I mean, I got that trophy earlier, so I have no reason to show it off in this, because that would basically drain us more than we already have been, with just the finding out that I did not record the audio for this part.
I'm not drained. I'm just furious. But that's neither here nor there. By the way,
I'm being stupid and frustrated because I have pseudo PTSD from this guy. I think I died to this guy.
oh no!
I think I died like 50 times to this guy on my first playthrough.
Really.
Looks like an easy concept that you could have probably hammered down immediately, but you died 50 times. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It was probably that final phase.
I think the problem is if this phase. I think if you die, it resets.
It
all
resets
yours.
every single one of the shields.
So, I mean, I could see why you die the first phase, because you get really tilted and just try and finish it. as
That
fast
happened to
as
me a
possible.
lot of times. And then, like, once I finally cleared it, like, once I had calmed down, like, okay.
Oh, I see where you parried the same bullet multiple times. Okay, that answers my question.
Yeah, you
I was gonna
can
say-
parry it, like, if it comes from the same position, you can still parry it, but, like, technically you can't, because it's technically multiple bullets, but yeah, you can do that.
Ah, okay.
Like, say, if I parried one of those blue bullets, which technically came from the first line of shields, get it? And then, when, like, it ran into the middle layer, which makes it an orange bullet, so that technically means it's different. Also, I have enough of that, I'm just gonna shoot you.
Deck him right at the snobs.
Alright, well,
If I can get
mentioned
closer.
this last time, but I think after phase 1 and before the last phase,
Phases 2 and
he
3
has one of the more interesting uses of.
of
I mean,
the...
his whole gist is making you fight yourself, really.
like fight your instincts and stuff.
Yeah, which I think is a good, like, kind of wind down from just kind of going crazy on the first two bosses.
I think
It wasn't even crazy in the first two bosses. It was just a battle of repetition.
Fair.
well
I think-
that was because it was a repeated playthrough for me and I already knew what to expect. So
But I think this guy has one of the better.
like he's combining
combinations of
multiple elements that
animal
Fury
nuance.
like he's combining multiple elements from multiple different genres of games that Fury is combined into one. Like bullet hell, twin stick shooter, and melee fighter.
Also, the reason why Legan wasn't furiously rapidly shooting bullets there is because you can't.
You can't shoot bullets here unless you want them to be in stasis and actually be an obstacle.
Oh wow, guys, you didn't make the JoJo reference on the second opportunity on that. Good job.
What JoJo? Like I haven't even watched one episode.
We have found the immortal savior.
God, how well can you dodge that thing?
How well can you dodge the old man?
Apparently not that well.
Wow, no. Oh, I definitely pronounced that terribly.
You
Oh,
did
look,
it.
now I'm making the references. Now I'm just basing
Now you just give it up.
Now this has become the stereotypical Let's Play.
Okay, but I want to ask something. On the second set of those, and that set of those,
When
you
it's
got hit
a lot
on the
more.
Turn.
Yeah.
I did notice that actually. Huh, that's a,
Yeah, I was getting a bit frustrated at this point and just like getting tired of this. So I was
yeah, I can tell you're dodging into the beam of light.
yeah, and then I'm like
That's kind of the
then
Lime's whole point is to get you immensely frustrated.
which actually I do think that kind of like the voice does reference that at the fifth boss, like on your way to the fifth boss. Also, right there, I didn't know he was countering. I was thinking he was doing a completely different attack. So that was entirely my own fault, like not because of emotion.
Yeah, your entire health would drop to 1 bar.
Buried there again on an instinct, I see, actually.
Yeah.
You were so nervous. I understand that.
He's doing the Metal Gear Rising style parry where you don't actually time your parries, more so you just mash the button until something happens.
Except if you miss, then you have a cooldown that leaves you open for like a second. But in a game like this, that means that is almost lethal.
Yeah, that gives your opponent at least 2 chances to attack you if you let that happen.
Yeah. Of course, there's also a strategy that I abuse since this is a repeated playthrough, like attack the enemy, get them to attack back, and then immediately parry that and attack again.
Both playing, you're a thing, I understand, but Discord?
Okay, I think that's just internet
Can I be
problems.
heard?
Yeah, we can still hear you, don't worry.
Oh, thank God. For a minute there, Legan went robot, and all of a sudden I kind of got worried that I lost connection.
Oh, great.
No, we just succumbed to our metal overlords. I'm sorry.
Hey, bop, I am robot.
Let me show you just what
I'm doing wrong here. Also, this is where you basically like what patterns does he have anymore?
Yeah, this is where the fight devolves into kind of just like...
Okay, just slowly walk away and miss the bullets, or have them
Now
miss
I
you.
interrupt the Fury player to bring you a cave shooter.
Precisely. Cave story before cave story.
Cave story. I'm saying cave shooter. You've never played a cave shooter?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so when I finally get around to recording Death's Mouth, I'm inviting you to that playthrough immediately.
Are you still inviting him anyway? He is your co-host.
Yeah, I mean there is that.
Well, Death's Mouth is full of lollies, and I kind of had one other person involved in that. So yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about. You don't
Oh
know who
yeah,
you are.
yeah. By the way, his wife was trash.
We don't talk about Lucina like that.
Oh, I was talking about everybody else. All the other waifus.
Everyone's wife was trash, even my
Remote
own.
play
Even
Again,
What's my wife?
yeah. Remote play. Why do you do this?
Again, it's a feat in and of itself that you actually managed to fully complete this in remote play.
I mean, it only really got like
credit where credit is due at the very least.
the only real problem that it actually had was like the graphics and sound on remote play's end. Like I was mainly just playing this by looking at the TV that I was actually mainly playing this from, because like I have my thing that shows the actual PS4 feed, and then I have my computer right next to that. So I was just watching. I wasn't watching remote play.
Well, are we good? Oh no, wait, there's the pause.
There it is. And there we go. Skip the entire phase.
No, I believe he actually doesn't have a melee phase.
If he does, I skipped it.
It didn't look like he had a melee phase. It looked like he just skipped right through it.
Well, no, he skipped through it because.
I mean, even like if like I think he's talking about. I think he's trying to say like if he did have a melee phase, then I did skip right through it. But he is trying to say like he probably doesn't have one.
Because some bosses can only have like 2 stances in any phase, and his first stance is just like setting up the bullshit.
Yeah.
And then the second.
Though I don't think that actually counts for later bosses like boss 6, because that one there is no melee phase for the first few phases. You'll see what I mean when we get to that point.
Our man on the rocks, he knew a lot.
And nobody is
He
talking.
even figured out why you were sent to
I
us.
think my Discord is messing up now, so sorry about this technical difficulties, guys. Meanwhile, enjoy the video.
But no one listened.
Like, seriously, are you guys still there? Okay, yep, my internet is being stupid again. That's what's going on.
I mean, a lot of Tron, or it did.
Okay, yeah, my internet was being stupid.
Oh God, do we have to redo the part?
No, not again, not again. Like,
we have to redo the part because your audio messed up. I'm gonna be
like
very
it,
sad.
like it only messed up in between the transition from the end of the third boss, like right after.
So you missed all of our commentary?
Yeah, like right after the ending cutscene and right after the went through this gate.
Wait, so you missed a little bit of commentary from us.
Yeah, just a little. It isn't much.
Do we have to redo the part?
No.
Oh.
No, we don't.
Also, while I'm thinking about it, we're in a SOAR. I'm going to acknowledge we are the SOAR level.
Why don't we skip
Every
Sword?
game has one.
Skip SOAR. Poor DB. God damn it.
By the way, when you listen to this guy's to the voice's dialogue at this point, in hindsight, it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, at least I can now listen to the dialogue because there's no music playing in the background.
So my plan would be
Yeah,
By the
I
way,
mean,
that
what
was
audio
explained
mixing?
in mine a little earlier. Yeah,
Audio
unfortunately,
mixing.
Unfortunately, when Legg's mic cut out completely, I was complaining about the sound mixing during the transition. Also noticed that we went very Tron to the soundtrack at one point, didn't we?
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Tron is kind of dubstep.
sure I could have stopped, rolled up in a ball and cried for the rest of my days. And let you fry.
So, reiterate something for me. Is the voice just an extension of the protagonist's mind?
No.
No,
The voice is actually
physically
a
no.
person.
He is an actual existing person in this game, but like he also exists as a character. Like he isn't just part of your brain,
Bad stuff.
but he,
But I've seen
but because what he talks about makes you
But we
think
have
that
one
he's just
thing
part of your
in
psyche.
common, you and I. We have nothing to lose.
At least in the beginning, because when you really think about it, it's just like, oh wait, who else could have freed me from the
We
prison?
lost.
Because I mean, I can't really free myself from something when I don't have full use of my arms.
When I don't have arms.
When I don't have that new Nintendo Switch game.
Fish face up there.
The-
You know, he got contaminated. I'm not sure he's got much to say. He probably can't
Also,
speak
by the way,
at
this
all.
boss is mainly like main thing with this boss is that he has a lot of story stuff. Also, something completely unrelated, such as something I'm showing off. You can light up your armor. It's just aesthetics, so it doesn't really matter.
You just kind of do it to pass the time in between these transitions.
Yeah. Most of the time I just leave it off because I couldn't be bothered.
Loading screens.
They're glorified loading screens, except not really.
Yeah, in a way they are and they aren't. Because the transition from here to fight doesn't take any time at all, unless you edited it out.
I did not edit that out.
Well then,
I mean, I edited. I mean, I
I
probably.
was gonna say,
Probably,
but then I was
though-
gonna be like, well, at least I should make sure. Also,
I
this
mean-
boss gave me trouble on my first run through.
Though, yeah, back like I do think that in between the cutscene and the actual start of the fight, I did cut out like 5 or 6 seconds. But that's like all the loading there is in between the fight and the cutscene. So it isn't really much of anything.
So yeah, and this guy is where he starts. This guy kind of starts the trend where it kind of better fuses more of the design together.
It does a better job of the line's second and
Also-
third phases.
Also, we forgot to mention his name. This is the scale.
Yeah, this is the scale, probably because he has scales like fish.
Probably because, you know,
Or-
kind of is at this point. He's like fish diver man, dude. Whatever. But
And I'm pretty sure he wasn't like that before, because apparently the voice said something about him being contaminated or something, which means he changed from before what he was
Right.
then.
But like I was saying before, I kind of went on this tangent. I think the scale starts to have one of the better focuses on switching up mechanics within stances. Where in the range stance, he actually makes a better use of attempting to melee you. Except maybe in this phase.
Yeah, also something that I showed off accidentally, when you get hit by those projectiles, you actually get something that kind of visually impairs you.
Get dizzy.
Or if I could just walk right into the bullet and show that off.
I wonder if Jeff is still there. He just kind of stopped talking.
I hope he didn't leave. But anyway, yeah, that is like a pretty wide-ranged attack. That is like one of the few large-scale attacks he has. Large scale, get it?
You were just all over these puns.
I'm not even trying, that's the weird part.
I know, that's the worst part.
And though I do think that this is like, if we're talking about specific phases and like parts of specific phases, I do think that's the worst one out of them, because it's just the same attack repeated from each phase, each time you knock him out.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like he just does the
Especially
same
since
exact
the rest
2
of this
attacks.
fight is so interesting. If not
Like he changes it up all the
frustrating.
time. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that Jyoti is gone for a little while.
Alright.
So now,
Do this.
yeah, we can commentate, guys, right?
And then Terry just explodes.
No, it's more like what commentary.
The
Also, something I should mention: when he's sticking his head out of the water like that, you can actually shoot him with your normal bullets, and it actually hurts him. So you can use that to cheese him.
yeah, but you're still gonna have to do that regardless.
But you're also gonna have to focus on the shockwaves as well. But that's not really a problem for me, since I'm pretty good with that. Assuming remote play doesn't go ahead and say, no, you're gonna be bad with that.
If I remember correctly, I believe if you fuck up in these middle phases.
No,
each time
it still repeats the entire phase.
No, I know. What I'm saying is like more just like when it has to do with what they say in between it. But,
Yeah, that does
I
actually
guess
offer
we
some
should use
interesting
that
insight.
tangent to just explain KOs in general.
Yeah, because
When your life depletes, it acts as in a way, it acts as is the opponent won the phase.
Yeah.
Your phase repeats, and you lose one of your squares up there.
yeah, but if you manage to beat them in a phase besides the final one, you get one of those blue squares back,
Right.
along with restored health.
And
which I was not
obviously,
able to
if you
show.
lose all your squares, it's over.
Yeah, which I'm not really gonna show off, because if I die, I usually fail the phase, and I either die, I die again probably.
So you're probably just gonna game over.
I do game over once in this entire playthrough, but I'm gonna
I
cut that out.
guess No, you cut it out.
No, I haven't cut it out. I haven't cut it out yet because I haven't even started editing that part. It's like the finale.
Oh, okay. I get it now. All right.
So
I
yeah,
believe if you get KO'd to this guy, one of his remarks is, I believe, "I am your shadow. Embrace yourself."
Well, chances are we're gonna have to do the part again. Guess who'd left for half that fight?
oh, don't worry, we started talking.
We actually we recovered it. It's fine.
Don't worry, we managed to talk for a while.
Also, you technically missed nothing.
Yeah, because you've seen it already.
A little salty right now.
We
It's
explained
fine.
KOs and why remote play is stupid.
So, is there any reason as to why you did the remote play?
Well, I mean, mainly,
Because the capture easier because of the way the PS4 works and because it only records
yeah, because the
intervals.
PS4 it records like it technically has a capture card, an internal capture card, but it only records for 15-minute segments. And I am not about to do that for my thing, so I just decided, you know what, remote plays better.
Basically, we would have 12 parts.
So
We would have 12 parts unless I
did you
jumbled them
remote play
together.
your computer and record it there or something?
Yeah.
That's the reason why it looks so janky every now and again.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's technically streaming from the screen to the PS4 to the computer and all that.
Like, it was actually...
Also, this is the part of the phase that gets me, along with Final.
Because there's so many bullets.
It's easy, but it's just really easy to get carried away in.
Yeah, also, the amount of bullets, it isn't as bad as the line, the boss just before him, but it's still bad. There's just a lot of bullets and there's barely any pattern.
I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just... I guess it's a kick in the face, boss. Like, this is what you're gonna be dealing with the rest of the game. If you can't do that, get out.
There's going to be another interview. I hear screaming outside.
Oh, dude, I hope not.
I've already had to leave twice during this playthrough. On the same part.
Except the first time it was technically the one that we failed. And there's a perfect parry. That actually looks pretty cool, even though you knock him into. Yeah.
I like that. Like that was something that I missed because I had to leave during our
Yeah.
recording.
Remote play.
the thing you missed immediately. Remote play. Did someone call me?
Now,
No, go away.
now on a more side note, I didn't realize that we were fighting Bubble Man. He got an upgrade.
He also got a bunch of things that weren't necessary.
Like spikes. I didn't know this was Spike
No, I
Man.
was talking more about the cylindrical protrusions.
No, those are just harpoons.
No.
Then why would he be Harpoon Man? I thought he was Bubble Man.
No, I'm talking about the things on his head, dork.
Yeah, why are they there? I thought it was Bubble Man.
I'm conveniently ignoring the things on his head. That's the cool thing that can do, right?
That's just a glow. Just ignore it.
It's not.
Don't even think
It's not.
about it.
It's not a glitch. It's a feature. You ran right into that.
The final phase.
Yeah.
This is where it kind of starts like.
Okay, yeah, don't
Also, I realized
don't do
it
that.
kinda looks like a manhole.
Yes, it does actually. That's actually.
I think that's kind of the
actually an
point.
apt comparison.
I think that definitely seems intentional, but it's just something I haven't noticed.
Also,
And
skip the
also
melee
you can
phase.
slash and skip the rest of the fight.
Skip the
There is a
melee phase because
phase,
I'm
I
tired.
believe it's a bunch of. I believe
Oh,
it's a bunch.
that's all I missed and I left. Okay.
Yeah. Also,
And
cut his head in half.
No, Bubble Man, why? Did we get his power now? God, I hate your hair.
Actually, I think to ease your thing, I'd say like think of it as a cloud.
Strangest places.
The cloud's hair isn't that stupidly ridiculous.
A cloud doesn't have hair.
Have you not seen that
Cloud.
video?
No, not that cloud. A literal cloud in the sky.
Cloud of Darkness?
No. Why are we talking about Final Fantasy? I'm talking about real life.
Their world
Oh,
more valuable
But
than mine.
this is just fantasy. And we're caught in the landslide.
Also, it's near the end of the part.
I'm trying to squeeze as many references as I can before the part ends, guys.
Yeah, no, but all we gotta do is walk through the door and we're done here.
Let's walk through the
So get
door.
through that damn door.
Let's walk through the door and leave this labyrinth.
Off he goes.
And thanks for tuning in to this part. Stay tuned for the next part.